In my moment of clarity, when saw the Soconios Mekamikayan name disappear into the sands of time, when saw the people of both my kind and the Odrayan kind hiding among the standing humans, blending like metal, the sand continued to fall, and history became forgotten.
Hi, I'm Ile Golden, and I'm here to talk about my book, Time Forgets, which is the first part of the Blood, Friendship and Marriage series. Blood, Friendship and Marriage is set in a fictionalised version of ancient Egypt, and it combines a fantasy universe that I've spent most of my life creating with my love of this ancient culture. Okay, it's not historically accurate, but that's not what it's about. It's about worlds colliding, about magic, about the dead rising. It's about relationships. The whole series is about relationships. Time Forgets, which is the first part of the series, as I mentioned before, is basically kind of the end that creates the beginning of the rest of the series, which might sound a little strange, but I think I can probably explain it, or if not, then the book will explain itself. It's set at a time where a lot of standings, which are your quote normal humans, still have power over the Silconians, the power to enslave them, to turn them into unwitting and unwilling warriors, to fight in their battles for them, or to turn them into slaves, basically. And it's at a time where the Silconians know they're in trouble, but because of the way they are, because of the people that they are, there's nothing they can do about it, except for live in fear of the people that have the power to do this to them. But at the same time, you've got these two young boys who are aware of everything that goes on, who come from these two completely different cultures, and yet they can be friends. They can get on as though everything that's going on around them doesn't exist, and by doing so they can create this whole world which encapsulates them and everyone who knows them. I would say that Time Forgets probably has 4 main characters, and I think each character has their own storyline, which is at once completely separate and at the same time completely coexistent with the other 4 characters' storylines. I'd say that's what makes a story what it is. It's not about any one specific thing, it's about these 4 lives colliding together and the events that occur because of that. Yawana here, who is a standing, and standing basically means that he could have magic and he could not have magic. He's your basic run-of-the-mill human, well, run-of-the-mill within this world human. He is the Prince of Egypt when you first meet him, but you get the sense that that's not what he wants from life. He isn't ambitious, he's not power hungry, he knows what he has to eventually become and he accepts that, but that's not what drives him through life. What he wants is, he wants the friendships, he wants to fall in love, he wants to be the normal person. I wouldn't say he's not cut out for being a ruler. I'd say that being a ruler is just something he didn't want to be cut out for, if that makes sense. And then you have Simone, who is a wolf by nature, both figuratively speaking and literally speaking. His inner animal, his Syntoy, is a wolf, and you know that from the first time you meet him, that he has a deep connection to this animal that is within him. He's a free spirit, and he loves the earth. He's not a hippie though, in that sort of sense of the word. He's honest and true to himself. He's a strong character because of that. He never falters, he never lets anything faze him for too long, never lets anything get him down for too long. He understands what the score is, and I think that's what makes him a good Silconian, and that's also what makes him a good person, because he's never lying to himself about what's really going on. Teo is Yoam's half-brother by their mother, which kind of creates a very difficult situation for him, because nobody's supposed to know about that. He's not supposed to know about that, and considering what he's been through before, the time at which he finds out, he has a very difficult time. He doesn't have the easiest of lives, and I think on certain levels he makes it harder for himself, and on other levels he tries to make it easy for himself. The one thing that's true about him is his devotion to his brother. It's almost an obsession for him, but I don't think he means for it to be harmful. What can I say about Lillian here? I kind of have a love-hate relationship with her. I understand why she does the things she does. I know on certain levels she doesn't have a choice. She is trapped by circumstance. But at the same time you just wish that she could just allow herself to be who we know she should be. You just kind of wish she could break free of the martyrdom she places herself in, and just be herself, be in love. I mean, she loves Yoam, and they're not allowed to be together, but she is in a position where she could change that, and she chooses not to. I'd say that Etten plays a bigger part in Time Forgets than in a lot of the rest of the series. Well, not until you get nearer the end of the series, I suppose. Etten is the language that the Silconians and the Odrayans speak, although during Time Forgets they kind of speak a very hybrided version of it most of the way through, apart from when they're in sort of ceremony or ritual, in which case it's then all Etten. I like Etten as a language. I think it has a natural kind of rhythm to it. I mean, the way it's been created, it's probably a lot to do with that. I think it might sort of look a bit daunting, you know, at first glance, to see this kind of hybrid English Etten language being spoken by half the characters, whilst half the characters are speaking, you know, complete English. But I've been assured that it doesn't take that much to get used to.